Okay, I'm going to do it a little differently than I usually do it. Of course, my name is Kent. The channel is EOS San Diego. I usually drive down to the place and then make the video. Tonight, I'm going to actually take you on the motorcycle to where I usually make the video from. So we'll get on the motorcycle, drive to where I make the video, and then we'll make the video. We'll see how this turns out. So if everything works out, I don't even know if you'll be able to hear me very well once I start the bike. But because the bike's pretty loud, but hopefully you can hear enough to where when we get there, you hear something that I'm saying instead of just motorcycle. Here we go. Okay, so we're getting ready to go on what we call the Coast Highway, the 101. I'll make a quick stop here. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning, so it's a little bit foggy. I'm not going to go too fast, because I know if I go fast, you won't be able to make it. Plus, I got to make sure I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. So you can see that where I shoot the videos isn't too far from where I live. That it's kind of foggy outside. Actually, this time of year is really foggy because we get all the heat from the inland draws the moisture over the coast. So this time of year is kind of foggy. So it'll be foggy for most. Well, actually, it's foggy for most of the time in the June, what they call June gloom. But we're in July, so we should start coming down. They're right there's the ocean. Well, that's the ocean. You can see it's 1 o'clock in the morning, so there's not a lot of traffic. Just enough traffic to the only people out probably. So this is a real popular intersection because this is where Carlsbad sign is. You see right there. I made a couple videos with that sign. They put that up a couple of years ago. I don't know. A friend of mine owns that place. Nice restaurant. Like Mexican food. He's actually pretty cool. Funny. Make another turn. This is State Street. This is a street I usually make the videos on. Got a red light. I better stop for it. Here we go. Let's see if I can find a place to park, or actually back into a parking spot. I don't know why they tell you you need to back into parking spots, but that's the way they want you to park motorcycles out here. See if I can find the gear shift or the stand. Make sure we're in neutral. Shut the bike off. Get my selfie stick out, take my jacket off. Let's see if I can do this seamlessly so I don't have to edit this video, but I doubt if I'm able to do it seamlessly, so we'll find out. Okay. I gotta do a lot of stuff here to make this work. Okay, the first thing I gotta do is I gotta take the camera off this helmet without stopping the video. Ooh, I did that too. I did that all right. Next thing I need to do is I gotta find my glasses so I can see something. So let me see if I can find my glasses so I can actually see how to put the camera on a selfie stick. If I can get that all done right, like I say, maybe I can make a video with it, not a lot of editing. If I can do that, then the video is going to be up in a more timely manner, and the information I'm giving you tonight will be more up to date. Okay, right there. I'm going to do it right there. Sounds like someone's got some drums out here. Someone else is over there singing. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Get this selfie stick out. Oh, if you only knew how much work I had to do to make this all happen. Okay, bring this up. Okay, good. So now, if all that sets up right, I should be able to turn this around and we can actually talk about the markets. Make sure I've got everything I need. And just one more second, I'm almost there. Everybody just be patient. Actually, I won't be able to do that. I'm going to have to just turn it around. I don't know what it looks like just to do it. So here we go. Okay, there we go. So, hopefully you can see me. My name is Kent. Now we can start the video. The video is EOS San Diego. Of course, I am in San Diego, California. I make videos about the blockchain, mainly the EOS blockchain. I make little videos. I like the blockchain. I like the Ethereum blockchain, and also like Bitcoin. So today, consumer price index came out, and I think it was like 9%, 9.1%, higher than anybody thought that it was going to be. So what that means to people that are owning cryptocurrencies is, I think this is a sign that the US dollar or fiat currencies are in kind of their death spiral, the final, you know, they're kind of their final, you know, in the final throes of their eventual people not using them as much anymore or at all. And the reason, because we had 9.1% inflation, annual inflation, based on last month's CPI figures. So they're always a month behind. So it's 9.1. I think the month before that was like 8%. So what that's telling you is that the currency is just being inflated to such a point that if you're holding just money, that your money is being devalued at such a high rate, almost 10%, that you're forced to do something with your money. You just can't keep it in a bank account, or you just can't hold cash. Or if you're on a fixed income, like Social Security, or if your pay isn't adjusted to the inflation rate, you're actually going backwards. And see, that's what the problem is right now, is people do not want to work if their wages aren't keeping up with inflation. So you just got, if you have a job and your wages are not changing this last month, you just got a 10% decrease in income. So you just lost 10% of your income. 10% of your wages have just evaporated because of inflation. So people will quit their jobs, or they'll find something, they're gonna have to find something to do to even stay even with the board. So if your rent goes up, your fuel goes up, your vehicle goes up, everything goes up 10%, but your wages stay the same, you're going to have to find something different to do, or going to have to decrease your standard of living. Your standard of living is going to have to drop 10%. And that's the problem going on. And in that case, people are going to have to be forced to do something with their money, forced to do something more than just keep it in an ordinary savings account, because you're not going to get that kind of percentage in a savings account. So you're going to have to do something big. You're going to have to go into cryptocurrencies. You're going to have to do something more speculative. And you're going to have to figure out a way to make more money, because you've just got a huge decrease in your wages because of the inflation rate. So I think this is the final death throes for fiat currencies, for like the US dollar, and for all currencies. Japanese yen, as I talked about before, Japanese yen is pretty much worthless because they've just inflated to the point it has very little value. I think this is going to be, as that time goes on a little bit more, as things start to happen, people will start to use cryptocurrency more, simply because they're forced to, because they got to find something to put their money in so it doesn't decrease every month or every year. And it's going to be every month. So this is like the final stages of what currencies have. Every currency, every fiat currency goes through this. Every form of money goes through this at some point where it just dies, and this is where we're going through. We're going through the final death of the currency. And what's going to happen is people are going to have to migrate to some other way of transacting, which in my opinion will be cryptocurrency, because it's digital, it's already being used, it's already got the infrastructure, it's already got 10 years plus history with Bitcoin, 13 years with Bitcoin. And so that's what's going to happen. We're going to see cryptocurrencies being used more and more because of the inflation, and we're going to see people start to migrate away from the fiat currencies. It's as obvious as can be, especially with these inflation reports. And they're not going to quit. They're going to try to juggle the numbers. You're going to probably see some decrease in the CPI in the next few months because they're going to do some crazy thing, like say that, use some other way of computing the numbers, or use some other thing that isn't going up as much as gasoline and food and everything else is going up. They'll use some way to juggle the numbers to make you feel like your money isn't being evaporated away as fast as it's being evaporated away, but it's evaporating away very, very fast. So the other thing is that I want to talk a little bit about obviously EOS, because we're heavily involved with it. We've built an application called the Challenge app. If you haven't used the Challenge app, please go download it. It's on Google Play, and it's on the iOS store, the Apple store. So go check it out. You get free crypto for even downloading the app. So check it out. EOS is in a very, very good place right now because they have a group of people, the ENF, that is totally focused on growing EOS and not focused on raising money, not focused on, building out a blockchain, not focused on any of that stuff. That stuff's all been done in the last few years. And not focused on how to make the blockchain, because it's working, because we're working. We've been working on it for the last few years. And, our app has done very well. Check it out, download it yourself. Give me your opinion in the comments of how well the app works, because we have thousands of users. And we use it, we use EOS, and we run on other blockchains, sister chains, like Telos, but mainly on EOS. But the app's working great. But the ENF is totally dedicated to making this thing work. And of course, they're now focused on building out the infrastructure to get more people to know what's going on here with EOS, to be able to understand it better, to be able to build on it, to be able to do some of the stuff that we need to have happen for blockchain world to work, which means we got to build DeFi out. There's got to be a means of being able to borrow money without going through a bank or having a credit score. There's going to have to be means of being able to transact money without having fees involved, without having time delays involved, without having so much of your money being stolen or fraud. Now it's getting to the point where if you use a credit card, you get charged back on so easily. All these things, are hurting our, your bank account, my bank account. So all this is going to have to be worked out. And of course, Bitcoin, being a store of value, is going to be a way to hedge from this 10% inflation that we just had this month. But we need a way to build out the infrastructure. We need to build a way for the whole blockchain world to work. And of course, everybody's feeling like that's going to be Ethereum. But Ethereum has a problem, and Ethereum has a problem because it just can't do very many transactions. So this is the perfect time, the perfect place for a group of people like the ENF to come in and fill that void that Ethereum's not going to fill, even though everybody loves Vitalik and he always talks a good game, and he always seems like he's the smartest guy around, and he probably is, but he can't fix the one problem that Ethereum has been trying to fix for years, and that is the scalability of Ethereum. As everybody knows it, and knows anything about blockchain, knows anything about smart contract blockchain, they all know that Ethereum will never be the 2.0 or be able to do the transactions needed in order to, to run all these DeFi transactions and all the stuff that DeFi needs to do. So EOS is going to be a great place to be in the next few years, along with Bitcoin And of course, everybody's going to have to sit there and be very careful with their dollars, because your dollars are very fragile right now. And with this 10% inflation rate, and they're not going to hide it, because they can't hide it. For 2 years, they shut the economy down and did nothing but create money. And now they're going to have to explain it away, or come up with some sort of plausible way that people aren't going to try to just run from, their bank accounts, run from their money and try to put their money in other things. And I think cryptocurrency is a great place to put their money. And for no other reason than Bitcoin has a hard cap of 21 million Bitcoin ever to be mined. There'll never be any more than 21 million Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is transferable, very easy, usable every day. Billions of dollars transferred every day in Bitcoin. And of course, that's stable money in my mind. That's hard. As Michael Saylor says, it's the hardest money you can get. And that's why he's put his name, his reputation, his own money, and his company's money into Bitcoin. And that's why everybody should be doing that. And that's why everybody should be taking a real hard look at doing something other than keeping your money in assets that are depreciating, and currency that's depreciating, and finding someplace that your money's going to grow, and also someplace where you can put your money in a place that's going to build out next level technology, internet technology, blockchain technology, which is EOS. Okay, so brought you down to the State Street here in Carlsbad, where I make my videos, and showed you a little bit about where I live. But hopefully it turns out, I might have to do some editing on this video, because I don't know how it's going to turn out. I don't know if I can do just one single cut. That's what I like to do, because it takes time to edit, and I don't really like to edit, but I know it probably makes the video a little easier to watch. But I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much.